20 months ago, I went down to the English Channel and made a video. At that stage, a few boats were coming across, but I could see there might just as well have been a sign on the White Cliffs of Dover which said, "Everyone is welcome," and I predicted this would get worse. I've been right all the way through, although I do admit my prediction made earlier this year that 20,000 would cross the English Channel has proved to be completely and utterly wrong. We're headed quite quickly towards 30,000, and unless something is done, by this time next year, the numbers will be much, much higher still. Saturday's figures were released. 886 made it across the English Channel on Saturday, and we've just in the last half an hour had the figures released for last Tuesday. Yep, taking them almost a whole week to produce the figures. They're telling us 1,131 crossed the Channel on that day. Well, if that's the number, why has it taken them nearly a week to give us that number? And I have to say, experienced Channel watchers are very, very sceptical about that figure indeed. It isn't just the cost, the huge operational cost, the police, the border force, the RNLI, the search and rescue helicopter, the ambulances indeed. Yes, ambulances going, waiting to see if anybody is seriously ill, coming off those boats when, of course, ambulance shortages, long waiting times are known. It isn't just that. It isn't just the cost of putting people up in migrant hotels, of the £40 a week spending money. No, that's bad enough. And it isn't just the cultural problem that a very large number of young men coming into our country from completely different cultures and very different attitudes in the ways that women should be treated. And goodness me, haven't some of the Swedish cities seen that? Now, the real problem is this is a major national security crisis. We talked last week about the fact that the Lithuanian authorities this year have identified 24 men linked to ISIS or Boko Haram. And in the light of what happened in Liverpool a couple of weeks ago, again, a failed asylum seeker going out and attempting to commit an atrocity. We have no idea who these people are that are coming into our country. We just know that the vast, vast majority of them are single young men. Now, time and again, Priti Patel has said, we will end this, we have the solution. Today in the House of Commons, she's admitted there is no silver bullet. And I have to say, I think her position is really seriously under threat because Stephen Barclay has now been promoted and is running the task force, the new migrant task force. So she's been demoted already. Confidence is falling in this government. They are not looking after our national security. And yes, I have been approached by senior donors and many members of the public urging me to return to the political fray. Well, my gut instinct to that is no. I've done it all before. I also feel that GBNews is very important, a pioneering new news channel in this country, taking on the established consensus. And the work we do here, I think, is very important in terms of the narrative. But never say never. I will give it some serious thought because I still think, unless they act, this crisis will get a lot worse. My question tonight to you is, can Priti survive?